Ready, set, bees! Hi, Beezers! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I finally have a cameo. So if you want to get your own personal cameo, bees, I'm waiting for you. Yalla!
And the best thing, yeah, I remember the first bag of chips was dill pickle chips. So now I love dill pickle chips. Yeah, my grandma screamed at me. She was like, "See, I say Chantal." Like, that's enough, Chantal. Because I asked, I don't know, I think I said it in English. Can I have another pudding? You remember Magic Moments puddings? She would give me one, the French vanilla. They were so good. And then the butterscotch. So I had two, and then I wanted a third one. And she freaked out on me. I know it's not funny, but you know. Okay, so growing up, I went to a pure French elementary school. We didn't start studying English until grade 4. I remember the textbook. In grade 4, we were so happy we could start talking English. It was language and learning arts or something, and some people would always write farts, so they would write language and learning farts on the textbook. They would put an F in front of the A. I don't think that people enable followers enable, because it's not their responsibility to cure me of anything that I have going on. They're just observing, and they're here for me, you know? Pudding is like a creamy, milky, it's like made with milk and cornstarch and flavor, sugar. Just, I have to figure out how to do that, you're right. Nobody's enabling her. Chantal's an adult. Addictions aren't that easy to say. Yeah, and I feel like people going through addictions and eating disorders and everything, they still deserve a following, you know? So, but yeah. My family enabled them, no, because I don't think they understood that I had these issues, you know, until it was later in life. Most parents do that. They reward their kids with food. You know, we grew up in, like, we were on welfare and we didn't have a lot. Hi, Lindsay. We didn't have a lot, you know, and I think my mom felt bad about that. Like, she wanted to prove that she could take care of me. And my grandmother was really, like, wanting me to stay with them because she was young. My mom was young. So, yeah. So that was, you know, very hard, very hard. Probably, you know, she never wanted me to feel like we had no food, even though probably a lot of the time we didn't, or she wouldn't eat, you know. So, yeah, I remember feeling like, I remember talking about this in therapy, how I always felt protective over my mother. Like, I always felt bad because I saw her struggling a lot, you know, and being afraid herself. She was always so afraid, because she was a teenage mom and we lived alone. So that would be very scary. And I think she did her best, you know. So I'm just grateful she had me, you know, because, you know, a lot of people at the time, like her doctor and everything, they were saying, like, well, you're not going to be able to go to school, because she was shunned on for being a teen pregnancy. She was like 16 going on 17. And, but she was in love with my dad and she wanted to have me. So she hid her pregnancy from my grandma and grandpa for many years. My grandma said, she's like, the one time I really hated your mom was when she told me she was pregnant with you. I'm like, but grandma, you said that you love me more than anything. You're so happy she had me. So I don't know. It's a weird family thing, but I don't mind telling you that stuff anyways. But there's only so much a family can do for you, right? Like, you know, you're an adult and you have to be responsible for yourself, you know. Sorry, not for many years, for many months. She hid her pregnancy until she was like late in her term, like maybe 6 months. So, but yeah, it's just weird. It's just, I think that's how it, you know, started out basically with my relationship with food. And my mom likes to watch my vlogs with like Salah doing things, but she doesn't like to watch me eating. Hi, Maria. A lot of people don't like to watch people eat, so I was actually surprised that mukbangs were so popular and were such a trend, because, yeah, my family always, like, expressed concern, but, you know, welcome, salam, lamis. There's not really much they can do, you know, I have to be the one to change. You know, my mom tries to be helpful, like, whenever, before I go to visit, she'll say, we're gonna be cooking a lot of things, cutie, and, like, you know, make me, like, veggie platter with, like, light dip and stuff like that. But sometimes I'm very willful, and I'll be like, oh, I'm going out for a while, and I'll go get a putin, you know. Like, I'm almost 40, so I can feed myself. But my mom does try to help out when she can, like, you know. I hate when you eat with your mouth open. I try not to. I don't even think about it. When I start eating, I'm just, like, focused on the food. But anyway. Smacking, is that bad? Thanks, Petey Weedy. Sometimes I can be an angry person. I have bad anger issues and, I don't know, mentally ill. I've always had a pretty torn audience, like haters, and still have a lot of fans. You know, I feel lucky for that, like knock on wood, but, you know, I feel like I've driven a lot of people away for sure. But I mean, at the same time, I felt betrayed a lot too. Like, I find like you lose a lot of trust in people, you know? I was just taking a trip down memory lane. My childhood was bittersweet for sure. You know, and that's why one thing I hate about therapy is reliving it. I don't know. Your brothers know you. I met my brothers once. And my oldest brother, I think he was, how old was he at the time? 12 or 13 when I met him? He was saying how he watches my videos. So I think they watch me. Like my dad was watching all my videos. And he would call me from work. And talk to me about it. But try to like give me advice, like, you know, like don't worry about these people, you know, any attention is good attention. Just don't even listen to them, because he would give me these like pep talks. And then my brother said he watched, you know, my videos and looked up to me. Like, not looked up to me, but he wanted to be a YouTuber. So he was always asking me. But then my other younger brother just didn't even, like, he's very, like whatever, you know, very, dismissive. He was just playing hockey on the TV. Like, he was, like, glued to the TV. So, I don't even really, like, think about that side of my family at all. When I was younger, I was closer to my dad's side of the family, more like my grandmother, my aunt, but not really my dad that much. My dad had very bad issues with food. Very overweight, but then he would lose weight and get buff, and then he would gain weight again. And I remember my mom finding something really odd about his, like, problems with food, because he would be like, you know, I guess one time when I was a baby, he was visiting her, and there's like that same store where I would get the candy. He would go buy a raspberry pie and then come back upstairs, eat it, and then be like, oh, that's a good raspberry pie. And he went down like at least, I think he bought like 6 pies or something. So I think I definitely have some, at least part of it is genetic. At least it has to be, because I'm just like, I'm definitely, you could tell I'm his daughter, like the way he eats. For example, he came to visit me once, and the pizza where I was living, like he loves Cornwall pizza too. So he apparently he's not from, he doesn't live in Cornwall, but he like owns property there. So he goes to visit Cornwall to deal with his property. So he went for lunch and got a pizza from Cornwall, apparently. So he came to visit me in Ottawa. I was living in Ottawa at the time. No, I was in Cornwall. Sorry, I was in Cornwall. And he came and was like, maybe 5 minutes after being there, he was like, hey, you want to get a pizza? And his girlfriend was like, yo, you just had the same pizza for lunch. And that's like, I see like definite like patterns. You know what I mean? I slept over once. It was his turn to have me. I feel like a hockey puck. I remember waking up, it was like 3 in the morning. I could smell grease burning. And he was frying steak in the middle of the night. I remember that. He's like, do you want some steak? I was like, okay. Like steak tips or something. So that was my dad, yeah. In case you guys are confused, I'm talking about my dad. When I was younger, I would see patterns with him, like with eating, like how genetically connected, you know? No, he doesn't live in the US. He lives in Canada. My dad's still alive, yeah. Children live what they learn. Rhonda's still fighting with... Why didn't he share the 6 pies with you? I was really young. I was a baby, apparently. My mom told me this story. Because she thought that, you know, the way I was eating started to remind her, you know. What do you mean when Salah didn't let me touch him? What are you talking about? Listen, PDA, you're never going to get it from us. So if that's how you equate people loving each other, you can just forget it. You know. Anyway, I think I'm going to go to bed now. I think I'm going to go watch some Long Island audits in bed with my husband. How often did I see him when I was a kid? My mom, he blames my mom. Like, I would always say, why didn't you see me enough, you know? I like freaked out on him once and wrote him a long letter. And he said he blamed it on my mom that she kept him away from me because he was a very bad alcoholic at the time. And she didn't want him around me like that. So I don't know. But, you know, I would see him though on like special occasions, like they would argue. I remember them arguing who's gonna have me for Christmas. And I never wanted to go. I wanted to go with my mom, right? Because I was closer to her. And he would like, I remember him like spoiling me though with like cash and stuff like that for Christmas. I looked forward to like, I was like, Mom, I want to go with Dad for a little bit just so I can like the Christmas presents. You know, he always gave me a card with like a lot of cash in it, maybe to like make up for it. And he always bought me a bike. I got my bike stolen a lot. Did that ever happen to you as a kid? Did my tongue blue? Yeah. No, I was like with the heat up on. Right? Was I taught table manners? I don't remember. Yeah, I think so, a little bit. But yeah, I mean, my mom taught me things, but my mom was not strict, like, you know, so she was more, she was a very soft-hearted person, so she's not strict, she doesn't yell, so I mean, you know, I was an only child, so, yeah. Did the bald spot girl win? Getting your bike stolen is the worst. I had to go to the cop station. Did he give my mom child support? Yeah, I think so. Vanilla, stream more video games. Yes. I have Phasmophobia downloaded, so I'm probably going to be streaming that on Twitch. And some on Salah's channel. No, she didn't teach me how to be judgmental. She's not like that at all. You know? Yes, Lucy's mom. If you can go to Cornwall, you have to. Yeah. You have to for sure try the Cornwall pizza. It's definitely worth Cornwall for pizza tourism. And go to the old Sears. No, I'm kidding. Okay, guys. No, he wasn't angry. Hi, Live Royal. Aquamarine. I don't even see them, really. My mom doesn't shame react. She doesn't shame reactors. She doesn't even talk about... She tells me to ignore them. Ignore them, cutie. She still calls me cutie. It's really hot. Draft horse. It's like 40. Gonna be 46 today. Need a nana nap? Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys. Number 1. Just a laughing of your hair. He loves every part of me. My cello. Even my potato face. Potato face is not attractive. Duh. That's the point. My mom doesn't pay attention to any of the stuff online, really. She's a really busy woman, so. Your teeth were there when you were teeth. I have baby teeth. Missing. The Funkle rumors? I don't know, Dream. They're just dumb rumors. Made up by someone dumb. I mean, like, to me it's just immature. You know? Dream will be like, thank you. I mean, obviously not true. I have nice teeth. Right? I mean, like, I have still some baby teeth. Okay. I know you guys like my side profiles over here. Okay. Living Laura? No, that's not true. I never talked about that. As if, like, as if there would be a stream of me saying my uncle is my dad. Like, that's just ridiculous. But whatever. I haven't seen a dentist in a while, no. Okay, guys. Well, there you go. Thanks for beezing. That was a very nice beez. I had fun. Now you know all my history. I put worse out there. Anyway, good night, guys. I'll beez tomorrow, okay? Because I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed now. You know, you guys are always welcome. Barbecue mukbang, so good night, guys. Good night. Thank you.
Fupa, fat upper pubic area. Chubby. It's chubby. Do you have a chubby kitty? Mine's like lopsided.